to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Tip-off goes to the Hornets. Here's Curry. To the middle. Here's Clark. Good work. Defensively by White. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Done with it. To the paint. Rebounded by Johnson. On the wing, Daniels launches it, buries it from 3.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
And here's Curry for 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside Johnson. 6 to shoot. The kick out to White. Pass to Portis. Fires from deep. Drains the triple.
You know, Derek White is what you call a combo guard. He can play on or off the ball. There we saw his passing ability.
And picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his 3rd year and still has plenty of room to grow.
Here's Johnson. After the basket by Charlotte. An open look for Portis. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. Now here's Curry. Clark outside. The 3 is up. And Charlotte another 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Outside White. And there's the drive. Pass to Johnson. And Williamson with the block.
Such a powerful denial. Zion wanted that shot completely erased.
Here's Curry. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder, and no surprise, Steph Curry was the topic of conversation on how they'll defend Steph. Coach laughed. Is there a way? I mean, this guy is not just a shooter. Steph's ball handling, his passing, it's what makes him an all-time great. It's always a pleasure to watch Steph Curry, and we get another chance to tonight. Guys.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's Curry. Beyond the arc. That shot missing.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul of the game. White looking it over. The 3.
You don't always hear people call out Curry's toughness on the defensive end, but that's a big part of why he's so effective.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 5 points.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Pass to Daniels. Inside. Done with a steal. Outside Curry. Fires top of the key. Curry with another miss.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Back to Daniels. Portis a screen. And he dunks it down.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Clark left side. Pass to Kessler. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Bobby Portis. Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the night here. Kessler, no good on the free throw.
Well, where Kessler is elite is on the boards. and he's an excellent rim protector. Those two things alone will earn you minutes.
White, good.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Down low. Here's Williamson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Well, the bottom line is this. When Zion Williamson is healthy, he is very tough for defenses to handle. You have to be very clear on your plan or he'll destroy you.
Pass to Prince. To the inside. Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
The Charlotte team, 13.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Portis' shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And here's Kleber. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Portis. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's Prince. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Portis. It's Poole on the wing. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Kleber. Charlotte trails by 7. Curry with it. Poole picks him up. Clark right side. Kleber right side. Dunn outside. Right side Curry. Down low. The 6-footer. And the bucket is good from Kleber in deep.
Yeah, and the way Curry always finds the open man is impressive.
Pass to Daniels. Now here's Portis. From outside, off the mark. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Outside Curry. Dunn outside. Here's the break. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. The 3 from Curry. Rebounded by Johnson.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Out to Portis. And stolen by Clark. Fast break. Here we go. And a deep 3 from Curry.
Stephen Curry.
3-pointer in transition. Curry's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Prince. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Portis. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Understand, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
Here's Dunn. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And Charlotte making a change here.
Number 20, Jared McCain.
Now White. Pass to Daniels. And here's Portis. Add that to his line. Now 3 for 6.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Curry. Here's McCain. 4 on the clock. Back to Curry. 3-pointer. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
Well, that's his third 3-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second, so he might be heating up.
Back to White. To the paint. Knocks it loose. Curry with a steal. Clark outside. From downtown. And Ivy pulls it down.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Daniels, that one's true.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Charlotte trails by 10. Here's McCain. No points so far. To the middle. DeRozan. Pass to McCain. Fires the 3. Outside White. Back to Eubanks. Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. Kleber's shot is off.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Kept alive. The kick out to White. Here's Daniels. No good on the buzzer beater. And we've reached halftime in this one. Leading by 10. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Inside. Here's Ivy. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Curry takes it in. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Down low. Portis gets the bucket. Portis has got 10.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Pass to Dunn. Williamson, right side. Deflected!
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Portis outside. And here's Ivy. There's the 3. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute.
And here's Clark for 3. It's hauled in by White.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And Coach you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
And it's almost like Curry's motor never stops running. This is what forces defenders to overcommit.
And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things. And when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Just right through him. Kessler not slowing up.
Pass to Eubanks. It's Prince on the wing. Eubanks the screen. Back to Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. White for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Charlotte trails by 11. Picked by Williamson. Can he keep it going? Curry's shot is off. Here's Daniels. He's got 10. Here's Eubanks. Pure from three-point range. Eubanks, he's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. Back to Kessler. Curry looking it over. Fires for 3. And that's a foul. Called on Walker Kessler. That's his first foul.
A terrific box out that draws the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it's something we don't see a whole lot in games. Just too aggressive going up.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Some changes for Charlotte. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Pass to Eubanks.
I got yours.
To the middle. Here's Johnson. Another shot. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
To the paint. To halt the run. And finished off by Kleba.
And that's a perfect pass by Russell. He really understands where to get his man the ball.
Here's Johnson. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
To the inside. Here's the break. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, you see the athleticism on the break there from Johnson.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Russell. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter. To the middle. It's intercepted. Here's Prince. Back to Poole. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:06 left in the third. Poole with the ball. Still without a bucket. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to talk it over with his guys. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 2 to shoot. Poole. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Charlotte trails by 18. Inside. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Well, you give him the opportunity, and DeRozan's going to finish with authority.
It's Prince on the wing. Pass to Eubanks. Now here's Johnson. Back to Eubanks. Here's Daniels. No good on the triple. Kleber outside. Lets it go from deep. That one no good. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Stolen by Russell. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to give them a breather and talk things over. Gets it up. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game.
The Charlotte team, 30.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so Curry will bring it up to Charlotte. They trail by 16. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. And that'll launch a 4-game homestand for them. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Left side right. And that's a foul called on Walker Kessler. That's foul number 2 for him.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Now here's White. Clock at 6. It's Portis, high post. Back to White. Here's the 3.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Intercepted. And they're pushing it up. And he's going for the lob.
Easy to see why Ivy's guys lob it his way. He's fantastic at capping off alley-oops.
And here's Curry. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And so Curry nails both of them.
And they've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
Left side, White. Here's Portis for three. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. White on the wing. Fires it. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
And a deep three from Curry. Rebounded by Johnson.
Well, after draining 3 triples in the first half, he doesn't have any in the second half. I know he's disappointed, but he needs to remain aggressive.
White can't hit.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
There's the screen by Johnson. From outside the arc. White missing again.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Derek White.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now Curry. The three is up.
They've struggled with the three-point shot since halftime.
Down low. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Charlotte trails by 18.
So that brings him up to 4 fouls. So he's forced to hold himself back a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
The three from Curry.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in. Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Portis' shot is off. And here's Charlotte now. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Kessler. Charlotte, no good that time either. Pass to Portis. The three. Gets the three to fall.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And anything you can do, Curry can do better. You do not want to get in a shooting contest with that man.
2 minutes remaining.
Ivy, right side.
2 minutes.
Here's White. Pass to Johnson. Back to White. 5 on the clock. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, yeah, White prefers a more head-on shot, but that doesn't mean he can't sink those corner threes, too.
And there's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter here. Portis the screen. To the paint. Ivy outside. Tipped. The kick out to Johnson. White for three. Kessler with a rebound. Charlotte trails by 21. Curry with it. Now guarded by White. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
That one on White.
Team foul.
Yeah, fearless play from Curry inside. Going up against tough defense and getting fouled while shooting.
And we haven't seen a new franchise join the NBA stand since the Charlotte Bobcats in 2003. 20 years later, though, things seem to be percolating a bit.
Well, you've seen it, Brian. There's some deep pockets out there and some great markets all vying to get into the action. And we know that the NBA is all about growth.
Back to Portis. Over Kessler. Portis' shot is off. And so Curry will bring it up for Charlotte. 19-point game. And the foul on Jaden Ivey.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
Shooting for Charlotte.
And you can tell being a leader comes naturally to Curry. He sets the tone out there, and all his guys follow his lead.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Back to White. Pass to Portis. From the arc. It's hauled in by Zion Williamson. Here's Charlotte. Trailing by 17. Fires the three. Shot is good by Curry. 11 seconds left in the final quarter. So the home crowd treated to a win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And that about wraps it up. T. GIF, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We're bringing it to you live. We've got the visitors facing the home team, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. In transition, here they come. The three from Curry. Curry with a steal. And here's the fast break. Count it.
Well, I like it when Steph uses some of that quickness and craftiness on the defensive end.
Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
LBA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that you shouldn't be up there. Shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Now here's Dunn. Pass to Williamson. Clark with the screen. Clock at 6. Now here's Curry. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist.
Not just from deep. Steph Curry, one of the best guard finishers around the rim.
To the inside. And then Portis with the dunk.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Now here's Curry. Kessler. Inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, for everything he's going to give you as a great scorer, Curry's still a point guard and has some serious skills in setting up his teammates.
Tries to save it. Kessler with it. Portis picks him up. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, look, I mean, great anticipation on one end leads to points on the other.
The defense producing easy looks. It just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
Back to White. Portis the screen. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Oh, it's blocked by Williamson.
Great job by Williamson. You know, I love watching him dunk, but man, his block shots are spectacular.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Now here's Portis. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to White. Back to Daniels. Hits the three-pointer. Daniels has got 6.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
So much attention on Steph that really opens up the floor.
And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Pass to Daniels. The kick out to Johnson. From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
.152 left to play in the first quarter. Kessler a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Clark. This one for 3. Pass to Curry. To the middle. With 1 on the clock. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
So awesome to see Zion healthy and showing off that elite athleticism.
.114 left to play in the first quarter. Back to Portis. Outside Johnson. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Charlotte leading by 5. And here's Curry. He's got 6. Now Johnson. Pass to White. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Sinks it from distance.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
And there's that athleticism we talk about with Zion. What a dunk.
Now here's Johnson. Still no points. Here's Curry. Kessler a screen. Curry goes in. The teardrop. And no good. White for 3. Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Charlotte on top. Up 4.
The visiting team, 14.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Team foul.
Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Clark. Pass to Kessler. Here's Curry. Back to Kessler. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
The ball goes to the away team.
Ivy with the ball. Up top, Johnson. Ivy outside. Pass to Portis. From the arc. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Outside Curry. Dunn outside. Three-pointer off the mark. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence.
Portis outside. Outside Johnson. Back to Portis. Stolen by Kessler.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
Pass to Williamson. Lets the three fly. Charlotte, no good that time either. Here's Daniels. He has 6.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
And here's Dunn. Back to Curry. Charlotte, no good that time either.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there. Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Here's Portis. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Charlotte's shooting their first free throw of the evening. Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But I give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, the confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
2 shots.
Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, BA, he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. And he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
The kick out to White. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Curry, that's good. Curry's got 9 points.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
They grab their own miss, and they recover it. Pass to White. Now here's Eubanks. Just 5 to shoot. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Now Clark. Jacks up a 3. Back to Curry. Pass to DeRozan. DeMar, strong move inside.
And DeRozan is fearless, not afraid of getting inside and going up to score.
Outside Johnson. Here's Eubanks. Here's Daniels. Give him 8. Back to Eubanks. Misi grabs the board.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Third team foul.
And here's Charlotte now. Minute 32 left in the half. Here's Curry. The shot comes out.
After a sharp first quarter, he's not shooting as well here in the second.
Pass to Daniels. And here's Eubanks. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Great lift off the floor. Johnson is electric.
Now Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Curry creates inside.
Curry's so good at working the angles inside, just adapting to the situation.
It's White with the drive. And that misses. That would have put him up. Oh, they get a hand on it. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Eubanks. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Curry. The rebound by Eubanks. Ivy outside. Eubanks with it. And there's the lob. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into the half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment.
The visiting team, 25.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And Russell's got the ball here for the Hornets. Pass to Sohan. Back to Russell. Kleber with it. That shot's good. Russell making the play. The visitors with the ball. Trailing by 2. Poole with the ball. Now guarded by Sohan. And he commits the intentional foul. Some changes for Charlotte.
Substitution on the court.
Now here's Poole. Poole exploding to the rim. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Poole streaking past the defense. Looked like he had another gear he got to.
All right, Graham, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Poole Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Dunn. And here they come. He goes up. And Williamson throws it down.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Away team foul. Second personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for the away team.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter.
Torian Prince. Derek White.
Dunn outside. On the wing, Curry. Here's Kessler. Off target from three-point range.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Chris Dunn.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And stolen by Clark.
And they just keep making mistakes. I mean, that's back-to-back turnovers, which easily could have been prevented.
Here's Williamson. It's hauled in by Portis. Pass to Prince. Down low. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
More and more signs of the skill set of Torian Prince as he finds an open teammate.
The 3 from Curry. Can't hit that one.
That's what you need your bigs to do. Step up and control the defensive glass.
Williams grabs the board.
You have to really like his energy getting to the rim there. Shocked that he blew the dunk, but you know most times he's going to posterize his man.
Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Kessler. Kicks it out to Williamson. The layup off target. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Prince. On the wing, Daniels. The kick out to White. Pass to Prince. For the tie. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Curry. Counted. That's his 7th basket of the game in 14 tries.
What else can you say about Steph Curry? Simply one of the greatest shooters we've ever seen.
Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Kicks it out to Williamson. Back to Curry. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Portis.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Back to White. Inside. Tipped. Back to Johnson. Takes a 3. Doesn't go that time. Charlotte leading by 3. To the cup, Curry. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Portis outside. Outside Johnson. Back to Portis. Out to the right wing. Over Kessler. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Once he has the ball, if his feet are set up, Bobby's going to let those rip.
Picked by Williamson. Curry looking it over. Back to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
With all eyes on Steph when he has the ball, his teammates find openings and he finds them.
Outside Johnson. Back to White. To the middle. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Boy, is he dynamic. Jalen Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
And they got to refocus. Too many careless turnovers will kill your momentum.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Russell. DeRozan outside. Here's Kleba. No good on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Charlotte on top.
The visiting team, 35.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Portis for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Outside Curry. Kessler a screen. Curry with it. Now guarded by White. Curry's shot is off.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
Kessler on the double team. On the wing, Daniels. And that's a foul called on Walker Kessler. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's White. Shot clock at 6. Oh, here's White on the drive.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle. The hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Over to the wing to take the lead. Nails it from 3.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Clark with the screen. Williamson outside. Oh, Zion! He can go through you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're big or small. You do not want to go toe-to-toe with Zion on the inside.
Williamson comes with a double team. White with it. Now guarded by Curry. Open look for Portis. Drops one in from the wing. Portis has got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Clark. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Johnson. And here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Outside White. And now we've got an intentional foul. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. That one's good for 2.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
Curry draws the double. On the wing, Curry. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Bobby Portis.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Tell me the last time you watched Steph Curry on an NBA floor not have a smile on his face. I mean, always playing with that infectious joy. A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Portis down low. Ivy, right side. From behind the arc. They get it again. Left side, White. Eubanks the screen. 4 on the clock. White drives in. Lays it up and banks it in.
If they want to replicate their second chance points from the first half, they might want to send more guys to the offensive glass.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Back to Eubanks. Let's go with a 3. Not going to go that time.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Out left to the wing. Williamson for 3. Look at Zion showcasing the range.
Big time shot from Zion Williamson. The big guy wants it.
Pass to Ivy. And here's White. From deep. Knocks down the long J. White's got 6 in the quarter.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Williamson. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
There's no I in team, but there is an I in Zion. I see him getting it done.
Here's Daniels. Ivy outside. Pass to Portis. No good from outside. And they're set to take control of this game.
It's crucial that they convert here.
Here's Curry to take the lead. The rebound by Eubanks.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
On the wing, Daniels. Back to White. There's a screen. On the wing, Daniels. And the call will be against Bobby Portis. That's foul number 2 for him.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Huge moment here.
You have to stay calm in these situations.
Outside Curry. Kessler, a screen. 3-pointer. The shot misses.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
An opportunity now for them to get back on top.
Yeah, they've kept it within arm's length. Now they need to make a play. Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Fifth team foul.
First free throw is good. And that'll put them up 2. So he gets them both. And it's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
No choice but to go for the 3. Maybe set up a screen to carve out some space and get a clean look.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, thoughts on what Coach is going to do here?
No choice but to go for the 3. Maybe set up a screen to carve out some space and get a clean look.
Torian Prince.
The 3 from Curry. And so it's a victory for the...